everyone, welcome to May's edition of Color Combo Card Challenge. This is a challenge that a group of us are doing, and I'm sure you all know who they are. The lovely Angie, who is part of Rags, Tags, and Confection, Miss Crystal Cleveland, and my buddy G, Gareth Frewer, who is right now not participating, and we all need still to keep him in our thoughts and prayers, and I know that he would appreciate that very much. But this month, Garrett decided to choose the colors that we were going to be doing. And he chose pink, orange, and brown. Now, I know your first thought would be like, what? But these colors work beautiful together. And so I put together just a very simple little card, a little bit of watercolor technique behind it. And I mean, it's just cute. I wanted a card that could be masculine or feminine, but sometimes with pinks, you know, it leans more toward feminine. And so I hope I worked it out. It could be either one. I'm also going to be using the stamp set today from May called Sitting Tree. And I love this stamp, and I hadn't got to play with it yet. And so I was really glad to do that today. Now I'm going to be using a craft card base here. And then this mat right here, and this is from Dough Crafts Paper Mania. It was wood grain textures, and I got these, probably a year ago or two from Gareth. And then, of course, a white base here. We're also going to be using some ink, and I'm using my Stampin' Up! Grapefruit Grove, and I'm using Poppy Parade, and I'm also using Tim Holtz Gathered Twigs Distress ink. And then I'm going to be using a little tag here. It's got a cute little orangey outline on it. This actually came from my paper pumpkin kit. It was left over from this past month's kit. So I'm going to be using that. So we're also going to be using some colored pencil. These are watercolor pencils. They are the Pentalic watercolor pencils. They were gifted to me by my friend Angie and Andrew, and I have loved using them. So let's go ahead and get started in the interest of time here. So all I'm going to do first is to take my Distress ink, my Gathered Twigs Distress ink, and we're going to go over and edge the sides of the paper here. And if I did mention, this is an A2 size card, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm just doing this so that the paper doesn't blend into the background, just to make it stand out a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and glue that on there. Make sure I got my card the right way. Because we know we all have done that. Of course, it doesn't matter too much on this one, but alright. Alright. So we got a background. We're going to put that to the side. Then we're going to take our little piece here. Now, what I was thinking, which is really dangerous when I think, I was trying to create either like a sunset skyline or whatever. And you know, if you think about it at nighttime, it's usually pinkish and orange colors, and just very, very pretty. So that's what my thought process was behind here. I am going around the edges with my pencil, sort of highlight the edge of the paper too. Okay, so now I'm just going to layer some pink in there as well. And I'm using the side of my pencil just to lay down some pretty thick colors. That's pretty like that. But now we're going to take a baby wipe. And I love painting with baby wipes. We're going to take a baby wipe and just go over and blend those together. Isn't that pretty? I hope the colors are coming out because I can't really tell. Now, this is not watercolor paper, so I'm not going over it a whole lot. Just a little bit because I don't want this too wet. Okay, so there is our background. I might just go over this a little bit more here. Okay. That reminds me of a night sky. I like it. Alright, so then we're going to let this dry off for just a second. We're going to take our little paper here. This is really cute. And we're just going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment on it. And I'm using the sentiment thinking about you. In the South, we tend to leave a lot of vowels and consonants off our words. And this is thinking about you. And I'm going to be stamping that in the Poppy Parade. It's orange pinkish color, and I really like it. Of course, I need to really stamp my stamps. Really get my stamps cleaned after this. Alright, so I'm just going to stamp that in the middle there. Let that fall off. Perfect. Wipe my stamp off. Put it on here. And then I'm going to take the little tiny flower out of it. I know I should have my little 1-inch block, but I can't find it right this second. And I'm just going to stamp a flower here on this edge. And just a little flower on this edge. Just to make it stand out a little bit. Okay, sentiment done. Now I'm going to check on this. I think it's okay now. And it'll straighten out. It will flatten out when we put it on our thing. Now I'm going to be stamping this tree on here. And I'll give you a little tip. When you first get stamps and you haven't used them, if you will run your fingers over them, it will prep them and you will have no problem stamping them. As you know, when you get new stamps, and let's see, when you get new stamps, they're very shiny. Let's see if we can see it on this, okay. They're very shiny. And if you just rub them across your hand and take that shine off, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but take that shine off, they will stamp amazing for you. Okay. So I am going to use the Distress Ink Gather Twigs to stamp my tree. Just trying to make sure I got enough ink on there. I'm going to take my baby wipe and go in here just in case. And wipe some of the ink away that got onto the clear part. Okay, so I'm going to put my tree on this side, just so that the twigs are almost touching the... I probably should put this in my Misty, but it'll be all right. Okay. There we go. So there's that tree. And if some places didn't come out good, I can always take my brown color pencil and just fill it in. But I like the way it came out for the most part there, because we're going to do something else to it. We are going to add some flowers to it. And I'm going to be using these little clusters of flowers here. Whoops, sorry for the glare. And I'm going to use my Grapefruit Grove. And it's just going to be very subtle, and that's all I want it to be. And I am just going in here and stamping right over top of the limbs. It's kind of almost tone on tone with the background the way it is, but I love it. You can see the flowers, but it's just very subtle. Okay. All right. So, I don't know. I think you can see them, though. They're really pretty. And I love this little orangey color, the orangey tone. Now, the next thing I'm going to be stamping is the little park bench. This is so cute. I love this little bench. And again, I'm going to be using my brown ink, my gathered twigs. And I'm just going to go kind of under the tree a little bit. Stamp that down. Isn't that cute? And you know, I'm just going to keep this very simple, very clean looking. So all I'm going to do now is put some foam tape on the back of the sentiment. And before I put it on the card, I'm going to go around the edges with the Grapefruit Grove. Okay. And then I'm going to put the sentiment about right here so that it's, you know, up in the corner. And each one of these cards is seriously like custom, because no matter how hard you try, you will never get watercolors to look the same again. You're going to get a little different look with each card that you do. But I just think that is so cute. And we're just going to put it on our card base and make sure it is the right way, because, oh my goodness, I did that on the last one. Alright, and then we're just going to glue that to the card front. And there's our card. Now I'll go back and put a panel inside, but that's our card. And then here's the, my prototype one that I did. I just think they're cute. You see, this one's a little lighter than this one is, but I love it. So that is our card challenge for the month. Now we want you to get involved and try your pink, orange, and brown card for the month of May. All you need to do is create a card using the colors that we've chosen, and then hop over to Create at Home with G and look for the pinned post about the color combo challenge and link your picture of your card there. And then at the end of the month, we'll be choosing a winner, and they will be getting a little goodie pack. And I think we're all take turns sending out little goodie packs and stuff. So I hope you will submit your entries for the Color Combo Card Challenge this month. And thank you so much for joining me. And make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so by clicking on the little subscribe button down there. And don't forget to tap the bell beside it and make sure that bell's getting a little hug. And that way you'll know you'll be notified for all my videos. Thank you so much. Have a good day.